3,000 people work for Experian across 6 sites spread over Nottingham. They include local boy Kevin Myles, who works in the company's department for helping victims of identity theft.
We deal with victims of fraud, people that have had accounts set up in their name, applications made in their name, even addresses linked to them that they have no idea of.
So someone's stolen their identity and is now using it to get credit?
Yeah, that's right. And the thing is, people don't even realise that that's happened until they go for like a mortgage or check the report on the off chance.
And what state are the people in when they come to you then?
A lot of people are quite worried, quite nervous, because a lot of them have things like mortgages, loans riding on this. And obviously it's the shock of being a victim of fraud as well. So yeah, a little bit worried, a bit anxious, and it's up to us to deal with that and try and resolve it.
Firms like Experian are important for providing graduate level jobs here in the city. So how did you get the job? What were you doing before that?
Before that I was at university in Leeds. I came back home to Nottingham, and I thought I'd take this job as like a stopgap measure. The degree I did was in sports science, so I was far away from fraud as you can be, really. And it was just progressing through the company that I thought that's a better option for me.
Not quite graduates yet, but on their way. Alex and Charlotte have been taken on by Experian to study for a business degree at Trent University, whilst also working for the company. Alex and Charlotte, just tell me what your role is at the moment. What are you actually doing here?
So my role, I work for background checking, which is pre-employment vetting, and also for tenants. So for landlords, if they want to check a tenant or a prospective tenant, so it's like the product team. So I work on enhancing the product, dealing with queries and doing different stuff for my day-to-day role, which is great because it varies so much, it always keeps it interesting.
And what are you doing, Charlotte? What's your job?
I'm in commercial operations, so I'm not based in this building, I'm based in town. It's more customer service and we swap around more, so I do 6 months rotations around all that building, so I kind of get an understanding of the whole building as opposed to Alex's rotations, which are 18 months, so they're longer.
And you're both students as well, aren't you? So how does that work? What are you doing study-wise?
So we go to uni, so we're doing a degree in 3 years, and at the same time we have a full-time job. So we're doing our degree in business management and leadership.
What's it like combining being a student with having a full-time job as well?
So we've got study blocks, which are week-long periods where we'll learn, often a term's work for normal students, so it is quite hectic.
What we learn in the week, then we have to go away and find the people to talk to Experian and apply what we learn at uni to Experian. So we have to find people and talk to them and ask about that topic. So we find out a lot about the business. So after our 3 years, hopefully stay on Experian, and we'll have a lot of knowledge about the company because of the degree that we've done.
Compiling and analysing data about all of us is at the core of Experian's work. The firm's Mosaic programme tots up information to come up with a profile of the kind of people who live in every street in the country.
This is a map of Nottingham. Each one of these little squares is a postcode, and we can see at a lower level, at household level, or in this case at postcode level, what type of neighbourhood each of them is.
So do the colours represent how much money they've all got?
Well, yeah, amongst other things, it's a mixture of things. It's what sort of house do they live in, it's level of affluence or the lack of it, it's whether they've got kids or not. But it's related to lots of other things in terms of the types of jobs they do, the types of cars they drive.
How do you compile all this? What's it all based on?
It puts together about 500 different sets of data. So part of it is the census, but we pool a whole host of other data sets together in terms of what type of houses they are and all type of information. But by being able to put lots of stuff together, it gives you a really good picture. So you can see in the centre of town here with this sort of brownie colour here, these are all the students. And this purple patch in the middle here, where I'm waving the little hand there, that's the park.
Of course, programmes like this, which are based on personal details about all of us, have a hint of Big Brother about them. So how does Experian respond to claims that it's all, well, a bit sinister?
Well, we do hold a lot of information, and some of it's quite personal information, but we do that in a very responsible way. We spend a lot of time, effort and money safeguarding the information we hold, both in terms of physical security and IT security, and at the same time we look very closely at what we do with information to make sure we're doing the right thing. And there are lots of great examples of how we use the information and the analytics that we do to make the world a better place.